Hi, it's a little video I'm just doing. I've got a problem with VW Beetle. It's a 1.9 TDI, it's a PD engine. Power steering pipe split underneath the front. It's the main hose has gone. It's this one here. You can see that's where the power steering pump connection is. There's a part number if you need it. If you need to order any of it. That sits underneath the front bumper. The pipe comes round and right by here it looks like it's a rust spot which has come through the side wall, and every time you turn the power steering on obviously the fluid starts to leak. The pipe continues round over underneath the gearbox and round to the power steering rack. The car's a it's an 02 plate. I'll get the car up and get the wheel off so we can get better access, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. Just to be aware, the pipe I've had to take from VW themselves, mainly because no one else will do the pipe, or as far as I can see no one else can do the pipe, and the pipe's about £160 plus the VAT, and VW wanted around about £240 to fit it. They said it was going to take about 3 hours. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but we'll see how we get on. Right, just a quick update. I've taken the wheel off. I've jacked the vehicle up, and I've also left the wheel underneath the sill for safety, because I haven't got a proper set of axle stands. Plus they'll slightly get in the way if I'm lying underneath the vehicle, especially on the front. If we look under the vehicle, I've taken the sump guard off. This is the pipe here that's gone, so it comes from the power steering, comes along under here and down underneath the gearbox, back round, and it goes up underneath here to the power steering rack. So I'm going to start undoing it now and try and catch some of the fluid so I don't have to replace it all. Okay, I've undone 3 bolts now. This is the first, which is a 13mm, which is near enough on the pump itself. Just in front of the sump. The pipe goes back to here. This is where I tried to do a hydraulic sealant repair using resin, which didn't work. The second fixing is here, which is another 13mm, and the next fixing there is there, which is 13mm. That pipe goes all the way back then to the connection to the power steering rack. Okay, we've almost got the pipe off now. The pipe's sitting around there, just draining into the hydraulic fluid, the tub that I've got. One way to get into the nut that you need to release it from the actual rack is to come and take off the passenger side wheel and go straight in with a long reach socket. What you're looking for is a 19mm nut. Once you release it, obviously it pulls the hydraulic pipe off the back of the steering rack. One thing I have noticed is that the front connection to the power steering pump is a different size. It's a 22mm, and also it's right next to the radiator. So I'm potentially going to go and need to get a 22mm spanner, because there's no room in there for a socket, unless you had like a crank angle top socket that would probably get in there and allow you a little bit of grip. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're just halfway now. We've got the old one off, about to put the new one on. The old one's identical to the new one, size, length and shape. There's a repair I tried to do with the original one, but by the looks of it I missed just a small section, small pinhole section. Don't know if you can see it. There's a small pinhole section. It may have held it, but couldn't guarantee it. Do a lot of mileage, so it's worth replacing it. I'm trying to do the front one underneath by the power steering pump. I just used a 22mm spanner and just underneath by the rad and just give it a little twinge, and it came off. One thing to be sure you put back on when you redo them is there's a small aluminium washer on the back of the nut and on the face of the nut, which go between the 2 front unions. These ones here, the washer fits either side, and then you pinch the nut up to create the flow through the centre of the nut. I'm going to start putting the new one back on. Okay, the new one's on. connected it back up to the power steering pump there. I found that a short-handled 22mm spanner worked well there, and then put the pipe clips back on, 13mm, one of them, two of them, three of them, and then back up underneath to the last one, which is just there in the middle of the screen. I found that a long reach bar reached that quite well, coming in from the right hand side of the front wheel. I'm just going to clean up underneath the car, fill it full of fluid, and give it a try. Okay, I've topped up the power steering fluid. I've run the engine just to pressurise the system. I quickly checked underneath, and there's no leaks coming from either of the pipes. Then I've put the system on full lock to pressurise the system fully. Still no leaks. Check the levels again, which I'll do now. Just get the keys. Check the level. Fluid level still high, still quite good. That's it really. Not bad job, easy enough to do. 13mm spanner. You need a long reach 22mm. You need a 13mm socket set. You need a long reach 22mm to reach. Sorry, a long reach 19mm to reach in underneath the arch, and you need a 22mm spanner. That's took me around about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, and it's just saved me about £260. Hope you like it. Any questions? Let me know. Cheers.